What's up, guys? Welcome back to Technique Critiques. My name is Coach Brian from Big Bend Strength. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of our teammates, Ethan's snatch. So with Ethan, we're on a journey to improve his technique, especially in his pull. That's the biggest thing. Everything in his pull has been a struggle, and I really feel like we're really getting down to fixing exactly what's going on. So it's cool because we can start to see his lifts really progress over the next couple of months. I really think he's going to put up some big numbers and hopefully qualify for AO finals towards the end of the year. That'd be really cool. So here we're doing no contact and no feet snatches, right? So that means that he is not allowed to let his feet fully leave the ground at the top of his pull. And he's also not allowed to let the bar touch his thigh, right? Or touch his body really at all, especially not his hips. This is because early on in his lifting, he had got a lot of cues about hit the bar with your hips, use your hips. And because of that, he tend to push his hips towards the bar, which caused the bar to go way away from him. And he also would end up on his toes a lot in the middle of his pull way too early. So we're working on undoing a lot of that stuff, and this is helping a lot. One, he's not allowed to move his feet, so he can't jump forward. He also can't touch the bar with his hips, which means that he can't move his hips to the bar, which is improving a lot of stuff in his pull. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. I mean, if we were to watch that and I hadn't told you that was a no feet, no contact, that would just look like a perfect snatch. So I'm a huge fan. It's looking way more consistent now. Start position. We've got our hips above the knees, shoulders above the hips. One of the things I've been working on with Ethan, he's got an elbow bend. It's pretty significant. This is way better than what he was doing last week. So he did manage to fix a lot of that. The other issue that he used to have is his hips coming to the bar and his heels coming completely off the ground. But it would happen like right here. He would start pushing his hips forward and he'd be on his toes like here, and his hips would be fully extended. So the fact that he's actually he could keep his heels down a little bit longer, but the fact that he's not extended his hips too early, huge. Keeps that bar real close and stops and fixates the bar. Patient in his stand-up is good. It's a good lift right there. Let's take a look at the second one. This is 68 kilos. His PR recently has been 80 kilos. He's done, I believe, 85 kilos. So to be doing this for doubles, no feet, no contact, that's pretty solid. Even that one, it's a little unbalanced there in the catch. He kind of rocks forward and backward, but he's patient. He doesn't rush to stand up, which ensures that he's able to save the lift. One thing, if you do start implementing no feet lifts, you probably are going to be a little unbalanced front to back, but over time, you will start to make those changes just based off feel without really having to think about it too much. This is the lift forces you to do it correctly, which is cool. Now in this rip, we can see it does look like he's got a little bit more of an elbow bend here, especially right below the knees. So I'm going to continue cueing to him that he needs to keep his elbow straight. Almost flex your triceps. The problem is we don't really want tension in the arms, so you gotta have to get the back tight and let the bar pull your elbows straight. All right, we're not trying to use your arms for this. Knees go back. Knees go back under. He's shrugging a little bit. All right, it usually tells me that he's trying to figure out how to get that bar into his hips, whether it's with a shrug or whether it's with an elbow bend. But the only way to truly get the bar into your hips is to just stand up, just to fully extend with your body. If you've got the right grip, the bar is going to be in your hips. And if If you go narrow with your grip and that just feels better for you, then maybe the bar doesn't need to be into your hips. If you just finish the extension with the legs, it will do the rest. It doesn't need to make contact with the hip crease because it doesn't on a clean. I don't need to do it on a snatch either. It's more ideal if you can, but you don't need to do it. Very vertical. I think you could get a little bit more out of his knees there, trying to really extend the knees and push and finish that extension. He is kind of staying soft on the knees there. But other than that, it's not too bad. So just to reiterate what we were talking about, we want to see in his setup position. He's looking real good in the setup. We want to see straight arms at the bottom of that pull throughout the whole pull, all the way up until he just stands up. And if you trust that is going to be where it needs to be, you won't need to shrug, you won't need to elbow bend. But if you shrug early, then you're going to miss out on the height that you can get of the bar and pulling yourself under. So you'll be a little bit more solid if you, at the bottom of your squat, if you wait on that and try not to shrug too early or elbow bend. The other big thing is just keeping the feet down and trying to continue pushing through the ground and not letting your feet come under your toes a little bit too much. It's significantly better than it was. We can still work on that though. All right, guys, that is it for this technique critique. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.